to deal with a few subjects today. One is what we call the CointelPro program, the counterintelligence program. This is a program that every group and every movement and every organization in the United States that mean anything for real has had to deal with this phenomena. I'll read from a government document, CPUSA, that probably means Communist Party, Counterintelligence Program, Internal Security, August 28, 1956. During its investigation of the Communist Party USA, the Bureau has sought to capitalize on incidents involving the party and its leaders in order to foster factionalism, bring the Communist Party and its leaders to disrepute before the American public, and cause confusion and dissatisfaction among rank and file members. Generally, the above action has constituted harassment rather than disruption. Since for the most part the Bureau has set up particular incidents and the attack has been formed from the outside. At the present time, however, there is existing within the Communist Party a situation resulting from the development of the, well, let's call it the 10th Congress of the Communist Party. So they had been attacking the Communist Party from the outside. When we grew up, always who saw on TV, I Led Three Lives, this is about a guy infiltrating the Communist Party. And the communists in the 50s to us were more like, what's these people that they shoot and they keep getting up? Zombies?
Zombies, yeah.
The modern zombies. That's what we thought of communists as zombies. Here's action to be taken. A memorandum together with the letter to 12 key officers is being prepared, requesting these officers to submit to the Bureau the identities of certain informants who will be briefed and instructed to embark on a disruptive program from within their own clubs, sections, districts, or even on a national level. Now remember that the attacks by the FBI has usually been arrangements and setup, but it's been from the outside. Now they're going in directly. These informants will raise objections and doubts as to the success of any proposed plan of action by the CP leadership. They will seize every opportunity to carry out the disruptive activity, not only at meetings, conventions, etc., but also at social and other contacts. In other words, now the infiltrators are going to cause internal fitna amongst the Communist Party. That's Communist Party, August 28, 1956. Now, 11/15, that is November the 15th, 1960s, group seeking independence for Puerto Rico, counterintelligence program. It is believed that upon instituting a counterintelligence program in this field, efforts should be directed with the following in mind. What I mentioned the other day about Mukhtar. And when he first started this action on December the 1st, 2013, well, it wasn't the first, but it was the first of the meeting. Disruption and discord. That's the goal of to destroy the Puerto Rican liberation movement. Because remember, in the early days, that was a movement for Puerto Rican independence. In fact, in 1950, the Puerto Rican liberation movement, they the only guys that shot up Congress. They shot up Congress, in 1950, and they was going to let them out by some of them by 1975. And I was in prison with one of them in Leavenworth. But the lady and one more refused to admit anything. They said, we'll stay. You just want to let us out, you come let us out. But we ain't got nothing to say to you. Creating doubts as to the wisdom of remaining in the independence movement. Remember the same thing for the Communist Party. Disruption and discord, internal fitna, causing defections from the independence movement. That's like when we would be here, we have a big, well-organized, functioning group. And then, now, this is different from internal fitna because new people would come in and they would befriend those new people. Right. Okay, they take them to dinner, they're friends with them. And of course, I may be teaching classes and they know, but socially, the government agents in the movement are getting very close to these people. Now, at a certain time, when the white man snaps his fingers, those people leave. They always do. And say if there's 10 guys here that don't know what's going on, they just been coming and they like what's going on. Okay, if all those other people leave, out of those 10 innocent people, 6 of them may leave with the fitna people. Why? Because they've been going to dinner and they are nice people. Remember, they're nice to the people that they want to subvert and mislead. They may not be nice to me, boy, but they're nice as they can be to those people. So that way you will continue, they will constantly, every time you build up a team, they're going to come and let it build up. In fact, they may help you build it up. And then disruption and discord. Okay. Causing defections from the independence movement. And exploiting factionalism within an organization. I'm just being brief. Promoting friction between various pro-independence groups. In other words, if you're a Black Panther, and there's us, United Slaves of America, around Karinga and them, they'll write letters on Black Panther Party stationery to us. And it'll be a list of things we got to hit. We're going to kill the United States of America. We got to kill Ron Karinga. This is what the letter will say. And it'll be on Black Panther stationery that one of their snitches has given them. And it'll fall into their hands. So they'll go at the University of UCLA in 1969. Ron Karinga and his crew killed 4 of the brothers. He was going out there to give a speech. Why? Because of harassment through psychological warfare. Bad letters, bad jackets. There was a wonderful lady from France, a movie star, Jean Seberg. The FBI knew she liked one of the Black Panther brothers. They put out a rumor that she was pregnant by one of the Black brothers, and it began to affect her career. She committed suicide. Okay, they would send white girls into the group or send women into the group and then start trouble amongst the brothers. All that stuff, that is natural. Okay, now I'm going to deal with August 25th. In 1967, the purpose of this new counterintelligence endeavor is to expose, disrupt, misdirect, discredit, and otherwise neutralize the activities of Black nationalists. Okay, that's what this is about. Let's skip to March 4th. March 4th, 1968. To the day, 1 month before Martin Luther King is killed. The goals of this program. Goals of this program: for maximum effectiveness of counterintelligence program and to prevent wasted effort, long-range goals are being set. this was put into effect 100%. Number one, prevent the coalition of militant black nationalist groups. In unity there is strength, a truism that is no less valid for all its triteness. An effective coalition of black nationalist groups might be the first step toward a real Mau Mau in America, the beginning of a true black revolution. So prevent the unity of groups. If you notice the groups, the Muslims in America, the only ones that work together are sissified groups, but you don't see any coalition of any groups with them that don't fit the profile that is pleasing to the government, right? What that means is the government controls the movement in America. Number two, prevent the rise of a Messiah who could unify and electrify the militant black nationalist movement. Malcolm X might have been such a Messiah. He is a martyr to the movement today. Martin Luther King, Stokely Carmichael, and Elijah Muhammad all aspire to this position. Elijah Muhammad is less of a threat because of his age. King could be a very real contender for this position should he abandon his supposed obedience to white liberal doctrines, that is nonviolence, and embrace black nationalism. Dr. King made his, have you ever heard Dr. King's Riverside Church Why I Oppose the War in Vietnam?
Yeah, I listened to it. Yeah.
Boy, that man, he done jumped all the way from I Had a Dream.
Yeah.
He sounded
really
like Malcolm Luther King.
Right, yeah.
That boy is deep.
Yeah.
Finish. This is what the white man says before that. Stokely Carmichael could be a guy. Remember, prevent the rise of a Messiah. Why are they using religious language on a counterintelligence program? Because all people and good people think there's a Messiah, a liberator, right? Anybody that can unify, harmonize, join coalitions, and lead a rebellion. Prevent the rise of the Messiah. Then it goes on to say, Malcolm X could have been that martyr, could have been that person, but they killed him. Martin Luther King, Stokely Carmichael, and Elijah Muhammad all aspired to this position. Now they're eliminating possibilities. Elijah Muhammad is less of a threat because of his age, right? King could be a very real contender for this position should he abandon his supposed obedience to white liberal doctrines, that is nonviolence, and embrace black nationalism. Carmichael has the necessary charisma to be a real threat. I'm going to pick up pace. Number 3, which is quite long, prevent violence of the black nationalist groups. Number 4, prevent militant black nationalist groups and leaders from gaining respectability by discrediting them to 3 separate segments of the community. The goal of discrediting black nationalists must be handled tactically in 3 ways. You must discredit these groups and individuals to first the responsible Negro community. You have to discredit the black nationalist leaders. Second, they must be discredited to the white community, both the responsible community and the liberals, who have vestiges of sympathy for militant black nationalists simply because they are Negroes. Third, those groups must be discredited in the eyes of Negro radicals, the followers of the movement. Then it goes on to say the last got to be handled carefully because if you give them too much publicity, it'll make them popular. So it says that you got to handle this real carefully. Now, I'm going to talk, all of these I'm very familiar with in practice. The one that I'm more familiar with is number 5. A final goal should be to prevent the long-range growth of militant black nationalist organizations, especially among youth. Specific tactics to prevent these groups from converting young people must be developed. This is 1968. That is the same year. You ever see that movie Panther? Panther.
No, I actually haven't seen that movie.
That's a good movie. I'll get it for you.
All right.
But there's some truth in it, and there's some Hollywood.
Okay.
The final goal: prevent the growth of black nationalism and liberation amongst the youth. 1968, we're getting full bombardment of long-haired, natural-wearing black nationalists. Okay. But by the early 1970s, 71 and 72, you know, when I come back to this, when I was overseas, they had a movie called Superfly. You ever heard that movie?
Yeah, I've heard
Superfly
that.
had a devastating effect on the black population, as far as revolution is concerned. It helped stop it in its tracks. When I was in LA and I got convicted of my whatever, and I was going up to McNeil Island, that's in Washington, near Tacoma, Washington. So they take you from jail to jail. When I got to San Francisco County Jail, that's my hometown, I already had seen Superfly overseas. And now I'm in the county jail, and I'm going to McNeil Island, a federal prison. The books is loaded with, you ever heard of Iceberg Slim? This is a so-called pimp. You can type him up on anything. I think he was a government pimp. He wrote that book about pimping.
I'll have to look it up, yeah.
Yeah, Iceberg Slim.